My sister looked me dead in the eye and said, "You can't wear white at my wedding. You're not worthy of it." I smiled, nodded, and said nothing. But that night, I promised myself one day I'd wear white again. Not for her, not for any man, but for myself. And when that day came, she was the one standing outside, begging to be let in. Growing up, I was always the other one. The other daughter, the other girl, the other face in family pictures that everyone forgot to tag. My sister, Amelia, was the golden child, tall, confident, everyone's favorite. She got straight A's, a modeling contract at 19, and every ounce of my parents' attention. And I was the sweet one, quiet, kind, invisible. When she got engaged, my parents threw a huge party, almost like they were the ones getting married. The entire family came, gushing over her fiancé David. David was everything Amelia ever wanted, handsome, rich, and charming. What she didn't know was that before they ever met, David and I used to work together. Back then, we were just friends to interns, sharing late-night coffees and stories about bad bosses. He never knew I had feelings for him. I never told him until Amelia saw a picture of us together. After that, she made sure he never spoke to me again. When the wedding date came close, she asked me to be her bridesmaid. It wasn't a request, it was a performance. She wanted me there to complete the picture of the perfect family. 1 week before the ceremony, we were at her final dress fitting. She stood in front of the mirror, glowing in her custom designer gown. "What are you wearing to the rehearsal dinner?" she asked suddenly. I was thinking something simple, maybe a cream dress, I replied softly. She turned sharply. "You can't wear white." I blinked. "It's just off-white, Amelia." No, she cut me off. "You're not worthy of white. That color isn't for people like you, people like me." I don't even remember what I said next. I just remember the silence in the room, thick and suffocating. The other bridesmaids laughed awkwardly, trying to lighten the mood. But I saw the satisfaction in her eyes. She wanted to humiliate me, and she did. That night, I cried for hours, not because of the color, but because it was finally clear. I'd never be enough for my own family. The day of her wedding, I helped her with her dress, held her bouquet, and smiled in every photo. I even stood by her side as she said "I do" to the man who used to make me laugh in the office years ago. But when she threw her bouquet and it landed right at my feet, she smirked and said, "Don't worry, honey, your time will come, if anyone ever wants you." That was the final straw. That night, while everyone was drinking and dancing, I quietly slipped out of the hall, went home, and deleted my family group chat. I moved cities a week later, got a job in digital design, started freelancing, and slowly, painfully rebuilt my confidence. It wasn't easy, but I learned that sometimes walking away is the loudest form of revenge. 5 years passed. I had become someone else entirely. New friends, new home, new strength. Then one morning, I got a LinkedIn notification. David, yes, that David, had viewed my profile. Curious, I clicked his marital status. Divorced. A few days later, I got a message. "Hey, long time no see. I saw your portfolio. It's incredible. I'm sorry for..." Well, everything back then. We started talking, slowly, carefully. He wasn't the same man anymore. Neither was I. I didn't plan for it, but something happened. We fell in love, not the impulsive kind, the quiet, grown-up kind, the kind built on understanding and scars. He told me the truth about Amelia, how she manipulated him, controlled him, used his image for her own vanity. By the time he realized who she really was, it was too late. When David proposed to me 2 years later, I hesitated. Not because I didn't love him, but because of the ghosts that still lived in my head. Then I remembered that day, her voice, "You're not worthy of white." So I said yes. Our wedding was small, elegant, outdoors, nothing like the circus hers had been. A week before, my mother called for the first time in years. "Your sister wants to come," she said quietly. "She feels terrible about how she treated you." I paused. "She's welcome," I said, but not inside. They showed up that day, late, standing by the gate, watching me in my gown, white, glowing in the afternoon sun. I saw her eyes well up. She looked lost. And for once, I didn't feel anger, just peace. Because revenge isn't always about humiliation. Sometimes it's about reclaiming what was stolen. Your confidence, your dignity, your worth. And that day, I wore white not to prove I was worthy, but to prove I didn't need anyone's permission to be. She said I wasn't worthy of white. But the truth is, I was never trying to be pure. I was trying to be free. And when I finally stood there in my own wedding gown, surrounded by people who actually loved me, I realized I didn't just wear white. I became it clean, new, whole again.